Hey everybody, this is Steve Krause. I'm coming at you today actually from my backyard. I'm missing in this garden area that I made this summer. I'll include some pictures of it when I post this online. I was pretty happy with it, so I thought I'd include this in the video. Of course, I'm not going to go too long because it looks like it's going to rain or whatever, but this isn't going to be that long of a video anyways. I'm trying to just go over a few things about wrapping up at the end of the term. So I just made some changes to the schedule. You'll want to check those out. But let me walk you through a couple of things that are going on between now and the end of time. Now this week we've got a pretty busy schedule. There's a bunch of stuff in terms of reading. I hope that people look at this WikiLeaks stuff. I think that's really interesting. We're going to be reading some stuff later on in the week about really questioning the value of style to begin with. I'm going to post some stuff about usability that you might want to refer to when you're working on your peer review and your print to web projects. But in any event, the issue is though is that for the most part, you can see this from the schedule, the reading is pretty much done this week. Next week, I'm scrolling down here a little bit on my laptop. Next week, there's some parts of Lynch and Horton and some parts of Castro, but that's really sort of almost a sort of skim through to sort of almost a mop-up exercise, if you will, in terms of the readings. Okay. See, the way this class is set up, it's almost as if it would have been better if I had set up the XHTML, CSS exercises, and all the reading for something to do before the class even began. Because really, you had to go through all that stuff that's occupied really almost over half the class before you could really get to the interesting stuff, which is actually like making projects with XHTML and CSS and things. So it's part of the nature of the beast. But anyways, the nice thing is that now we've got all this background, we've got this time at the end of the term, which is, not a lot of time, but in 2 weeks and a 7.5 week term is a fair amount. So anyways, so week 6, that's what I'm looking at here. There's a little bit of reading, there'll be a little bit of discussion, but really we're going to start getting heavy into working on project mode. Okay, so August 4th, you need to begin the peer review for the print to web project, and hopefully then you'll also have completed usability. We've done some usability testing for it, and the grad students have worked on some usability testing for their projects. Okay, uh, peer review will wrap up on August 7th, and also on August 7th, all the wiki kind of work needs to be wrapped up. So anything that needs to be done for the EMU online or the EMU wiki, or anything that you're following in terms of Wikipedia, that needs to be wrapped up by about August 7th. Okay. Now, if you look at week 7, I'm going to be out of town actually on August 9th, so I won't have office hours that day. But if you look at that week, you'll see that basically it's just work on stuff and stuff is due. Or something. Okay. So August 12th, the print to web project is due. It needs to be posted. August 14th, reflections on the wiki process, both about Wikipedia and work on the class wiki, that's due. And then week 7.5, the last projects are due: the blog assignment, the graduate student collaboration project. Okay, that's all due, and that's really all we're doing for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks class. Basic point is this: the last week and a half, 2 weeks of class is largely working on finishing stuff up. Okay, so any kind of loose ends that are out there, and if you haven't, gotten completely caught up on everything, it's okay. It'll work out as long as you recognize that we'll have those last week and a half, 2 weeks to finish stuff. Now, let's talk a little bit specifically about week 7.5, which is the last half week of the class. As I say there, that's time to wrap up any loose ends. The graduate student collaborative project, that's due on August 18th. The blog essay, where you're reflecting on your work on the blogs, that's due on August 18th. And you'll notice that, by the way, both the blog essay reflection and the wiki essay reflection, neither one of them have peer reviews. Although one thing we'll talk about is that if you want to get some feedback from your peers, you might be able to set something up informally amongst yourselves. Now, technically the last day of the term is August 18th, and August 19th is technically finals. So that's why I have August 19th listed as the end of time for the course. And you notice I say there, any remaining outstanding work for the course needs to be turned in no later than 5 p.m. On August 19th. And I mean 5 p.m., of course, Michigan time. Now, what do I mean by the end of time? The end of time is on August 19th at 4, and it's interesting that there's thunder going on here in the background now. Speaking of the end of time. On August 19th at 4:59 p.m., everything is fine. Birds are singing, it's a lovely day, People are in the garden, sitting around talking to their computers. Everything is perfectly normal. Okay. On August 19th at 5 p.m., time itself ceases to exist. We are sucked into a void, a darkness, a black hole. Okay. Now, okay. So what I mean is that is the end. That's the absolute positive end of the class. So if you were to say to me, for any reason, if you were to say to me, "Hey, Steve, is there any way I can turn something in on August 20th?" My response would be, there is no August 20th. Okay, so August 19th, 5 p.m. That is the end. The end shall it be. Okay, if there's something outstanding in terms of some project not done or whatever, it's either going to figure into your grade, which will probably figure in poorly, or it's going to be something that you're going to have to take an incomplete in the course. I'm not going to do any sort of like, I'll take something later. And the main reason is because I want the class to end as much as you do, and I need to go on with other things. So I will probably start posting grades for this course on August 19th, and I will certainly be done posting grades no later than August 20th. Okay, so make sure that you're mindful of the August 19th thing. Okay, I think that helps in terms of this. I hope that it helps a little bit in terms of the schedule for the last part of the term. I'm going to go inside because it's going to start to rain, and I will see you all online.